Good morning, everybody. Matthew from Captive Audience Comics here with a box. Just came back from CGC. We're going to unpack it and see how the slabs are, if they have that weird hazing they've been having on the back where there's like an abrasion on the between the inner well and the inside of the acrylic case. Give you a few updates on what's been going on here. Cleaning and pressing is running about the same as before. We run about a two-week period before we get to start new orders. So if you submit an order today, we'll probably start it in 2 weeks or so. Submissions to CGC have slowed down. Cleaning and pressing is not. Most of our regulars now are getting their books cleaned and pressed and choosing not to submit them to CGC. The costs are high, so I think for sort of borderline books, modern books, speculation books, people are just holding off. Plus, the increase in CGC shipping fees are pretty atrocious. So CGC has already been extremely expensive to ship, return shipping international, but it's gotten worse. So before, 1 to 5 books from CGC, return shipping international, was $90 US, which already was ridiculous. And a box of 25 was $120 US return shipping. Now, the 1 to 5 books is $120 US return shipping, and it's like $150 for a box 25. It's just a ripoff. I'm sorry. I know exactly how much it costs to ship. We use FedEx for all of our international, all of our high-value international shipments. I know exactly how much FedEx charges for that. And the fact that they're shipping that stuff, they say they won't insure it. International return shipments are not insured. So they're charging $120 US for standard international ground shipping with no insurance. It's you know, I won't go as far to say it's criminal, because frankly, people could just choose to not get it done. But that is what's happening, is people are just choosing to not send stuff. And with no competition, CBCS now gone, what are your options? You want it graded? Send it to CGC. What are you going to do? Send it to PGX? No one's going to send it to PGX. The other card, sort of name escapes me right now, but the other service that just started, the card guys, yeah, people like cards are going to get stuff done through them, but I have not had one of our regulars ask to send grading to the other company. Here we got a Fantastic Four number 57 in a 7.5, and the slab looks good. There's no hazing inside, so hopefully that is the end of that freaking saga. You know, after the issues with this banana gate and slab separations and everything else, having to deal with another problem, you think that they could sort their stuff out, but the quality controls never really existed. They don't have a quality control stage. They say they do, but they don't. Amazing Spider-Man number 16. First Daredevil crossover and second Ringmaster in a 3.5. Now, this is kind of cool because this is a 3.5 that the front actually looks pretty decent. It does have a full-length cover crease all the way straight down. It breaks color. There's like staple tears and stuff in here. But in this case, it's actually the back that is, I mean, it still looks okay, but you can see the back has got some pretty serious physical problems. Now, there is a very tiny piece of, it looks like a little piece of acrylic edge inside the case. You can just see it right there. So, if it was my slab, I would not care. But I will ask the customer if they care. And if they do, we will send it back for ME. We understand that everyone has sort of different, you know, thresholds, and I get it. You spend a lot of money to get your book slabbed, that you want it to be perfect. Killing Joke 9.8. Now, again, this book has the hazing or the abrasions on the back. So again, we will contact the customer and ask them how they would like to proceed. Abrasion on the back. A book like that, I probably would send it back simply because of the it's such an iconic book. Amazing Spider-Man 345 in a 9.8. Just I mean, this isn't a super high value book, but it was such a nice copy. And this one looks, yeah, it looks okay. No abrasions on the back. I don't see any pieces of the inner well broken off in there. Other things that are happening right now on our site, we are running our first ever live auction on our own site. So this is like proper like bids and soft close and everything else, but running directly through our site. And the reason we've chosen to do that is because there's no buyers or sellers premiums. Okay, you just bid and it's like an order, right? When the auction is over, it generates an order for everything that you won with all your regular shipping options, and you use your own site account, which means you earn free comic points that you can use for other purchases, and you still qualify for free shipping on raw orders over $150 Canadian within to Canada and the USA. Uncanny X-Men 221 and 9.2. It looks like there's a little divot or something there in the top that I don't remember, but has some other stuff going on. So that's a great option. We're going to use that basically when we have like inventory we've had for a while, or specials, or a lot of times like variants that were hot when they first came out, but then, you know, aren't as hot later on. We'll run the auctions through there so that our customers can get good options. X-Men 130 in a 9.2. And he looks, the case looks okay. I think this order, for the most part, everything was sort of around where we expected it. A couple things higher by a point, a couple things lower by a point. X-Men 129 in a 9.2. And that case looks good. Now, all of this stuff was actually sent fast track, and I have to say, it didn't really seem any faster than regular stuff. Maybe a week. Like X-Men 141 and a 9.0, and this is a newsstand edition. Now, again, this is going to be a case where people are going to look at this book and be like, is that an accurate? There's a fair amount of color breaks here on the side and down through here, and these are longer color breaks than just spine ticks. 9 seems to me is probably graded a little high, but who am I to argue with the only company that people have decided that the industry has decided they're going to trust with deciding what their books are. And the last one with this pouch, we have more to come out, is an X-Men 101 in a 7.0. Now, to give you an idea of that one, is like this one has actually about the same number of color breaking creases on the side, and really the difference on this one between the other one is it has some tanning on the edges all the way around on the back, and that's really the only difference. That kind of gives you an idea of how CGC hits the tanning. You know, you got a 9 there and then a 7. Okay, second pouch. Okay, we have a Fantastic Four number 52, First Black Panther in a 3, and we were pretty happy with this 3. We did a fair amount of work on this book. It has some structural flaws, long color breaking creases down the side. You know, there's fairly large water staining here on the back. Now again, the water staining and the yellowing, chemical treatments can fix that. It's restoration. We don't do that here. If you want to do chemical treatments, there are other, you know, companies that do restoration related work. the only things that we do that might affect color quality of a cover would be aqueous solution, which can sometimes remove tanning. And obviously, if you remove the tanning, then of course the book's going to look brighter because the tanning's gone. But that's a more invasive process and has more risk attached to it. Amazing Spider-Man number 11, 5.5. We actually had one customer asked us to do an aqueous solution on their book, and there was like a sharp at the spine. Instead of the spine being rounded, it had a sharp crease, and even with the proper protection between the plates and everything, as soon as that thing got wet with the aqueous solution, it immediately like the top part was just like, I'm out of here, just like split. Just immediately. So it was obviously ready to go, but that's the risk with that. The book looks way better. Tanning is pretty much all gone, but now it has 1 inch split on the edge of the spine, so you got to balance that out. Amazing Spider-Man number 31 in a 5.5. That slab looks good. Fantastic Four number 13 in a 3.5. This book was pretty heavily like this. You can kind of see how the staining is right in the paper in here, the discoloration. That's not surface, it's right inside. And this book's got some structural issues on the front. You know, there's a lot of pieces missing in here and long color breaks and color abrasions, but still a very nice looking copy. Let's see here. We have a Journey into Mystery number 85 in a 3.0. Nice. Now, this is a case here where people often ask about like color ratings. You'll see in here, somebody wrote 5 cents in here. If that's like marker, it's not coming off. I have seen processes people have used to lift some of that stuff out. It usually just makes it look worse. If it's a grease pencil, a lot of times you can remove grease pencil without affecting the color underneath, or at the very least, lighten it. Now, there's going to be the endless question of provenance. People are going to be like, oh my God, that's part of the way that book was sold, and it's provides provenance and everything else. Tales to Astonish number 44 in a 3.0. It's, it adds history and panache to the book. I don't know. A guy that puts a check mark on a book as it was received in is like, is it really adding to the historical value of the book? Come on. I mean, I think those people just want their stuff to be more, I don't know, special. So they're just making stuff up. If it's like a special stamp, like there was a collection, this is a really cool one, Horrific number 9 in a 3.0. There was a collection found from a store, I think it was actually up here in Canada. And the store had like a Chinese ink stamp, and they ink stamped their little symbol on the cover of each. Okay, that's kind of cool. And that does land provenance. It directly ties back to the store and the collection. And frankly, it looks cool. Journey into Mystery number 84. Cool cover. And they didn't slap it like in the middle of the cover on people's faces. It was kind of off the side in the corner and stuff like that. Okay, I can understand that. But people that are just scribbling stuff like little notes and check marks, that does nothing to the quality of the book and just detracts from the visual appeal. Journey into Mystery number 95. Now, this is an interesting one because obviously it's got a fair amount of chipping and corner pieces, but also it has splotching on the back, which potentially, I don't know, potentially is mold. It's not black. It looks more like splatters to me, but you can't, I'm no mold expert, you can't tell. There actually are ways to kill mold out of comic books in a process using ionized air, but that's a dangerous process, and you need to have specialized equipment and a whole special setup with the ventilation and everything if you're going to do that. So certainly not something that I would recommend people trying without knowing what they're getting into. Amazing Spider-Man 135 in a 7.5. And that case looks good as well. So that's everything from this bunch. I will contact the customer about those 2 slabs and ask them how they want to proceed. Obviously, we're always happy to send stuff back. Well, not happy that we're sending it back, but happy to help out the customers. The people, they say, well, I could just send my comics back. I could send comics to CGC on my own. Of course you can. In fact, most of our customers, we clean and press for, and they send their own stuff back. What you get if you submit stuff through us is that we deal with all the problems, so you don't have to. So stuff like this, if there's an ME, some has to go back, we're going to deal with all that. So thanks for coming along with us. And if you're looking for great books, go to our website, captiveaudiencecomics.com. Right on the main title bar, there's a button for auctions that has all of our current items on there. And I think we'll probably start maybe doing like a bi-weekly rotation on that. Every other week we'll auction stuff off through there and help give you guys some great deals. All right, have a great day. Ciao.